What if survival is the real curse? What if death doesn't wear a mask? Because it doesn't have to. In Final Destination, the monster isn't something you see. It's a force you can't escape. No prayers, no weapons, no second chances. Hit subscribe because we're about to unravel the horrifying truth behind death's design and why your next breath might just be a delay, not a gift. In every Final Destination film, it begins with what seems like a miracle. Someone sees death coming. A horrific tragedy is about to strike. A plane explodes mid-air. A freeway pileup claims dozens. A roller coaster derails. A racetrack turns into a slaughterhouse. Or a suspension bridge crumbles into chaos. But just before it happens, a character has a vivid, terrifying premonition. That vision allows them to escape, along with a small group of other lucky survivors. But here's the twist. They were never supposed to survive. What follows is not salvation. It's a slow, methodical execution carried out by the invisible force of death itself. One by one, the survivors are picked off in elaborate, often gruesome accidents. Not random, not coincidental. They die in the exact order they would have died had the original tragedy gone unchallenged. This isn't just fate, it's a cold, calculated reset. You cheated death, and death doesn't forgive. Every escape attempt makes things worse. Every victory over fate is temporary. You can't run, you can't hide. Even if you survive for now, death is patient. It'll wait years, it'll reroute its plan. It will reclaim what it's owed. And in the darkest twist of all, those few who manage to alter their fate often discover they were part of a much larger, even more tragic loop. Survival was never an escape, it was just a delay. Forget ghosts, demons, or masked killers. Final Destination gave us something far worse. Something you can't punch, shoot, or scream at. The villain here isn't a person, it's a force, a presence, a metaphysical predator called death, and it always wins. Death doesn't chase you. It doesn't growl in the dark or wear a terrifying mask. It waits, watches, plots. Its methods, icy, impersonal, and mathematically perfect. You might think you're safe after dodging that plane explosion, car crash, or bridge collapse, but you only bought time. You didn't escape. You only delayed the execution. Death is a master architect of terror. It doesn't just kill, it designs. It manipulates reality itself. A stray water droplet, a wobbly screw, a forgotten coffee cup. Mundane things become murder weapons in a chain of events so subtle you don't realize you're in danger until it's far too late. Death builds Rube Goldberg machines of doom. Beautiful, brutal, ironic. There's no pattern you can trust. Sometimes it comes fast. Other times, it lets you think you've beaten it. You survived the car crash? Good. Now get ready to be shredded by a rogue wire or incinerated by a kitchen explosion a week later. It'll toy with you. It'll use your friends, your choices, your own disbelief against you. And here's the most chilling part. Death adapts. In each movie, survivors try to cheat the system. They save each other. They sacrifice themselves. They even try to create new life to disrupt the cycle. And for a moment, hope flickers, but it never lasts. Death finds the crap. It loops back. It resets. It was always 10 steps ahead. In the world of Final Destination, there is no exorcism, no hero's arc, no final girl. There's just the quiet, inevitable click of the gears turning. And when your number's up, the monster you never saw coming reaches out and ends you. Not out of malice, out of balance, out of design. What if life isn't a gift, but a debt? That's the sick cosmic game Final Destination dares to explore. And the monster behind it, death, isn't just hunting, it's correcting. Because in this universe, survival isn't a miracle. It's a mistake that must be erased. Over the course of 5 films, a pattern begins to emerge. A theory, a set of rules. But these aren't written in blood or carved into a Necronomicon. They're hidden in plain sight, cold, cruel, and inflexible. Rule number 1, if you were meant to die, you will die. It might not be on the plane, the highway, or the roller coaster, but it will come. Death doesn't forget, it simply reorganizes. Rule number 2, Death has an order. Every survivor dies in the sequence they would have perished in during the original tragedy. Think that means you can figure out who's next? Maybe, but even when survivors try to disrupt the pattern, death just reshuffles the deck. Rule number 3, intervening doesn't stop death, it redirects it. You pull someone out of the way, death skips them, for now, but someone else always takes their place. Fate is flexible. The outcome? Inevitable. Rule number 4, new life can interrupt the cycle, or so we're told. A baby being born, a self-sacrifice, a second chance. But in the end, even these loopholes feel like part of death's design. False exits in a maze with no way out. And this brings us to the true horror. What these rules say about life itself. Final Destination weaponizes something we all try to ignore, that life is fragile, random, and utterly out of our control. You can be careful. You can be kind. You can believe in luck, faith, science. None of it matters when the universe decides your time is up. The films force us to confront something existential. If our lives are ruled by unseen forces, what's the point of choice? Is free will real? Or are we all just dancing on death's invisible chessboard, believing we're in control until the final move? And the cruelest twist, death doesn't come wearing a cloak or holding a scythe. It comes through life itself, through the very things we take for granted. A leaky faucet, a loose nail, a moment's distraction. The tools of everyday living, twisted into instruments of execution. In the end, Final Destination isn't about escaping death. It's about realizing you never could. It takes the random tragedies of life and whispers a terrifying truth. Maybe they're not so random after all. These films don't give us heroes. They give us reminders that we live on borrowed time, that fate might be real, and that somewhere, something is keeping score. So next time you dodge a close call, ask yourself, did you just get lucky? Or is death simply waiting its turn? If that thought unsettled you, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. What's your favorite kill? And do you think anyone ever truly escapes?